Okay, I have to be honest. When I first saw the source material for today, I thought, we might have scraped the bottom of the barrel here.
Uh-huh.
We're looking at a spec sheet for the Kramer RK-10MT, and it's effectively a metal rectangle.
Right.
But you're telling me this specific metal rectangle is the difference between a pro install and a total
Oh,
disaster.
I know, I know. It sounds so dry. But listen, if you have ever stood inside a server closet with a bundle of zip ties in your mouth,
Oh, I can picture this.
and you're trying to mount like 10 different streaming encoders without blocking a fan vent, this frame is the most exciting thing in the world. We're talking about the physical reality of AV over IP.
Right, because the hardware we're talking about, the Kramer KDS-7 series,
Yeah.
these aren't standard 19-inch units on their own. They're like little bricks.
Exactly. And that is the whole problem. In a normal setup, you'd just put them on a shelf. They slide around, the HDMI cables pull them backwards, and they just pile up. And then the heat builds up. The RK-10MT solves this by, flips the geometry.
Flips it?
It mounts 10 of these units vertically in one single frame.
Okay, I want to stick on that capacity for a second. The density math here in the specs is actually kind of impressive. It holds 10 units, but it only takes up 6U of rack height.
Which is massive. In a crowded corporate server room, those rack units, that's expensive real estate.
Yeah.
If you laid all 10 of those flat on shelves, you'd burn through twice that space, at least. So by going vertical, you're just condensing everything significantly.
Yeah. Wait, when you condense electronics, you usually invite heat issues. I did notice the build material is aluminum, and the operating temp goes up to, 40 Celsius?
104 Fahrenheit, yeah.
Is crowding 10 active encoders into one block like that? Is that dangerous?
Well, the aluminum is key here. It's not just about the weight, though. At 1.7 kilos, it is surprisingly light.
Yeah.
It's about thermal transfer.
Right, it dissipates heat.
It dissipates heat way better than steel. Plus, if you look at the design, the vertical mounting actually helps with convection. Heat rises between the units instead of getting trapped under them.
So it's basically a passive cooling system.
In a way, yeah. It turns the mounting method itself into a heat management strategy. It also helps that it meets all the big regulatory standards, CE, RoH's, WEE.
Which is non-negotiable for some installs.
Absolutely. Especially government or education.
There was one line in the feature list that just felt like word salad to me. Individual channel settable switch on level.
Yeah.
I had to read that twice.
Oh, yeah?
What does it even mean for the person installing this?
It's poorly phrased, I'll give you that, but it's critical. It just means the frame doesn't block the physical controls on the units.
Oh,
So even when they're all mounted in this dense block, you can still get to the dip switches or channel selectors without having to unscrew anything. It's all about serviceability.
Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The price. List price is $520. Even with today's price at $416, that is over $400 for a piece of aluminum that doesn't do any processing. Is that really justifiable?
I get it. It hurts to swipe the card for that, sure. But compare it to the labor cost. If a technician has to spend 2 hours fabbing a custom shelf,
Or troubleshooting.
or troubleshooting an overheated unit because it was sitting on a hot power brick, you've already spent that $400. You're paying for reliability, for speed.
And I see here in the source there's a discount code, 10% off, and free shipping, which, softens the blow a little bit.
It helps. And you also have to think about the warranty. A lot of times, manufacturers like Kramer might void a warranty if the gear isn't mounted with proper airflow. This frame basically guarantees you meet their specs.
So it's an insurance policy.
Mm-hmm.
An insurance policy made of metal.
That is a great way to put it, yes.
It just highlights this paradox, doesn't it? We obsess over the wireless, weightless, digital future. Streaming video, cloud data, all this
Yeah,
stuff.
the magic on the screen.
But ultimately, all of it relies on heavy physical engineering that is literally bolted into a wall somewhere.
It does. We want it all to look effortless. But behind the wall, gravity and thermodynamics are still in charge. Someone has to build the skeleton that holds the ghost.
That is a thought to hold on to next time you walk past a server room. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.
See you next time.